Good morning, this is Captain and we're going to do a reading today about what are the things and how you would turn out to look out for if you shift your location of living. Basically, what are the outcomes and what are the things to look out for when you shift your house or shift your residence to another location. Many a times people will look at different things like the location, the geographic locations, and many factors, whether they are comfortable and all that. So today this reading is just to give an additional support to back up your original thoughts when you're considering to move out or considering to stay in your original residence. This is power 1, this is power 2, and this is power 3. The colors will be added. So now let's begin and we shall go to power 1. So power 1, this you have the Justice card, and from the Oracle deck of the Love Me deck from Lunar Tarot. This denotes that you can do something that makes you happy. For the Justice card, there is the outlying meaning. The sufficient meaning will be that things will be fair or there will be legal issues to be settled. However, most likely things will be equal, fair for you. We'll begin to draw the cards right now. Let's cut to the chase. So for power 1, what are the things and the outcomes to look out for if you shift out from your original residence? This is an intuitive reading and it is a general reading, so please take it with a pinch of salt if it does not suit your context. If it does, just take it as something to look out for, not to be overly superstitious or overly looking out for in this matter. So we have the 6 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups, and the Lovers. I should draw just one more of the back. 9 of Wands. Basically, what outcomes to look out for when you shift? I can see that this pile, they usually would have a past good childhood memory or a good memory of your current residence, or you would project your hope and your optimism towards the new residence. However, at the same time, I feel that there's some mixed feelings because you're guarded and you may feel overly burdened about your choice of residence to move into. What I see from the next 3 cards will be that you will have to make a choice upon receiving documents or letters from one side to you, or there will be communication and messages exchanged. And lastly, upon making a decision, what I see is that you will make your movement fast, swiftly, and with passion. The overall number from the Justice card is 11, and the Oracle says to do something that makes you happy now. So I would say that the general advice will be to be living in the present moment, do something that makes you happy, so something that suits what you like in the present moment. and as long as it's fair to yourself and to the place you're moving to, the parties that are involved, be fair to them. 11 is the overall number, so I would say that it will be greatly dependent on the partnership with which you settle your residence, the residence that you move out to. So the partner, or rather your other parties that you have to negotiate or write legal documents with, you may have to treat them equally. However, please do not give up your hopeful memories or hopeful thinking about the place you're living in. So if let's say you're going to move out to a residence and you're looking at a house, it would be best to see how you feel about the house you're looking at. So just because the house that you see looks super awesome and you are greatly appealed, like there's a great appeal to you immediately, like it's too wonderful to be true, that makes you kind of want to be rash and just sign the papers and shift in. Take a step back and slowly live in the present. Know that things will turn out fair for you as long as you do not get too involved or get too absorbed into your optimistic thinking about the new house, or else when you shift in, you may find yourself overly burdened with quite a lot of issues, like a shock. So look before you leap. On the other hand, some other people, if they are already cautious and discerning of where they're going to move into, like the vibes and the person, the landlord, and how you find the landlord and how you find the place of location, whether it's in a safe neighborhood or whether it's in a very comfortable neighborhood, as long as you're discerning, I think things will turn out fair and square for you. So it would help to be discerning, because the main energy I get from this message is that sometimes without the necessary discernment, things may be too good to be true, and then after moving in, it may cause a lot of burden, like this 10 of Wands. The other thing that I get is from the overall 5 cards is that it's 6 plus 10 and 6, is that before you consider about move, have a good foundational search up about the location, about where you're moving into. So for example, let's say if you shift into this particular neighborhood, do some homework. The foundation of your homework matters. That would allow you to get more of an informed understanding and thus make informed choices about the place you shift into. And from the communication between the landlord and the agent and the involved parties, look out for clues. What can it tell you about this place? And the past residents, if possible, what do they talk about this place? How do they find the neighborhood, and how's the crime rate, and how is like the historic place? Because if it's too cheap, look out for the reason why it's rented out at such a low rate. If it's too comfortable or too good to be true. Stay calm, live in the present, do your necessary homework. The slow part will be to get the homework done about the place, to get an informed knowledge about the place. Then afterwards it will be swift. You can make your decisions quick, like the lovers. You can choose between which one you want, and then you make your choice swiftly because you have the informed decision done. And then from this overall energy, the Justice card represents fair and equality, and also the legal matters. But behind this veil, if you make informed decisions well and properly, there would be a hidden blessing from upstairs. Now, for some of you, I know that you don't believe in the upstairs or anything, but I would say there will be blessings in disguise and hidden blessings on the way if you make informed choices, informed decisions. And that, in conclusion, the final message is that you make a foundational homework on that place, and as long as there is a fair judgment and a fair communication, truthful and fair communication, then as long as you're happy with that place you're shifting into, you can do so swiftly. This is the end of Power 1, and thank you very much for your attention. I apologize because the camera angle wasn't set right. So this is the Justice card. This is the card that hints about too good to be true. So look out for that, unless you want to be overburdened. This will be fair and communication. Just because the landlord or anybody or the place looks gentlemanly or looks upright, please do your necessary homework to make an informed decision so you can make a good choice, and then you can shift swiftly towards the place you want. Welcome, this is Power 2 and this is Kevtera speaking. So from this Power 2, the general vibes I feel is that for this power, most of the time they seem to have seem to have many choices to move into, like many choices to shift, but you don't know which one is good. Well, there's only one correct decision to be made. So our oracle that support this card is that you are a creator. You create your own reality. You manifest your own reality. So the more negative things you think about your residence, then the more likelihood is going to be negative. However, if you make your necessary homework and make your necessary informed choices and informed communication, fair and just communications, you would eventually manifest the right choice for you among the plethora of things or plethora of residences to shift into. Now, I should draw the cards. I should place it here. So for Power 2, what are the outcomes of shifting into a new residence? We have the High Priestess. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. we have the 8 of Cups, and finally we have the 5 of Swords. Now let me gather up the cards and tidy them up for perusal. So for this pile, what are the things to take note of and what are outcomes to note of? Firstly, there are a plethora of choices. So from this storyline, I can see that this pile could have been intuitive or a homebody, and you have your own intuition about things. So, and I can tell that this pile, the way, like the outcomes to look out for if you shift to a new residence, is that you have great communications and you're not afraid to start communication if necessary. The start of communication. And from the Queen of Pentacles, I can tell that you are abundant, man. And then this is the 8 of Cups, and this is the 5 of Swords. I can tell that okay, this is the first scenario. If let's say you start so for this pile, the first scenario is that if you are homebody and you're intuitive, when you start the communications, it will be a start and is a good communications. Maybe there may be some conflicts, but the fact that as abundant as you are, you may find that you will leave your current residence for the place, only to find yourself into conflicts. So the general numerology is, for these 5 cards, would be 6. So six would be a equal give and take. Let me think about it. So for number 6, and I would say that for this pile, even though you may face some conflict during the communication with your potential residence that you're going to move into, I see that there's people who help you out in the most unexpected manner, or people for this pile who do not expect help, which will induce you to leave from your present situation to leave for another situation. So it could be that you have conflicts with your new residents, and first it diverted you with somebody's help to a more suitable environment for you to shift into. Why do I say that? It's because the numbers added together, simplified into the most single digit, would be 6. So 6 would be, it means generally that your relationship with other people is good, and first you will receive assistance and succor, and before you know it, before you expected any help, the issues and the conflicts are resolved while you leave for another option. So from this oracle card, to link all of these up, to conclude, I would advise that this power, as a general reading, to continue using the present intuition that you have. Well, as long as there's not too much avarice or whatever, or stubbornness, continue using your intuition. Make a truthful and honest communication without being too stingy with finances. Be confident with your intuition, but there's no need to safeguard or be overly guarded with your finances. When it's required of you to make that investment, make it. There will be unexpected help, assistance and succor that will help you to resolve conflicts and divert you to a more suitable residence to which to shift. Apart from using your intuition, know that when you set out to use your intuition confidently, be confident that you would manifest something that is most suitable for you. So I would recommend that if you are to shift into some places, and before you make that decision to shift, I would recommend that you take care of your health and allow yourself to feel more, to feel lighter than before. What do I mean by lighter? Because you have many choices and there's only one correct one, and you would receive an unexpected assistance. So as long as you take care of yourself and manifest your own reality, they will come hand in hand. The unexpected assistance and the way that you take care of yourself. If you took care of yourself properly, you are more attentive and you can utilize your innate intuition more. Yes, that's the conclusion for power 2. Moving on to power 3. So power 3, what is the potential outcomes and things to look out for if you shift into a new residence of your choice? So power 3, let me draw the cards straight. Power 3. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the 4 of Wands. I do not read reversals. And we have the Moon. Alright, that's interesting. Let me tidy up the cards. So what would happen for this power? So in general, the world means a complete cycle, a great success. And the oracle card to support the meaning is that you are not superior or lesser than anybody. You are equal. I will say that for this pile, I will say that for this pile, if you shift to a new residence of a choice, it may seem stable and abundant at first glance, and you may move pretty quickly. It's just that as time goes, while staying in that place, you may feel that there's some things that you are angry at, and you'll be very focused on the bad points of your new residence, which will make you regret that the foundational informed choices or knowledge isn't well sorted out, which will make you doubt and regret why you made the choice into moving that new residence. Overall, I will see that when you shift in the new place, you'll be angry, but you may not be able to see the good side of the new residence, and you'll be overly regretful about not seeing the foundations of your choices. Like before you move in, you make your informed decisions, you make your homework, like you search up on the place and you do your homework on the place. You will regret that you didn't set up a good foundation about it. Let me think about it. For this out, there are some possible scenarios as a general reading, so take it with a pinch of salt if you don't find that it resonates. So what I see is that some of you guys may be shifting to a new residence because you're a couple or you're in a partnership with somebody else. So it will be best to get both sides or your spouse or your partner to agree to move to that new place first before any sort of remorse, regret, or a conflict occurs. Because I can see that somebody is stable and is tenacious in getting what they want in a career. The other could be intuitive, and thus it will be good to communicate and resolve any conflicts between both parties within the partnership before shifting to a new residence where both are mutually agreeable to. If not, it may cause anger, disappointment, crying over spilled milk, and two people in conflicts because of the lack of foundation of agreement to shift into new residence. It may cause a completion of the partnership, which means both of you may have may separate if you guys do not handle this delicately. The other situation is that I can tell that at first the new residence may look or seem like it's pretty stable, pretty abundant, and pretty good in a sense where that location is good for finances, for your occupation, and all that. However, I can see that it may cause this pile to retreat or back off due to the intuition. Because the general vibes and main themes that are involved will be the lack of foundation or celebrating the foundation. So when they back off and do not move in the new residence, the second scenario is that some of them may regret not seeing things clearly and cry over spilled milk because they think they might have a new beginning starting from ground zero. Yes. Well, the third scenario is that for this general power, take it as it resonates, is that things look steady and abundant even to the intuitive people from this power. It's just that when they evaluate the things, they may evaluate things with a very strict or with like an ego's eyes to list out all the bad points about the place they're going to shift into, but they may not have a balanced viewpoint where there are good stuff or good points about the new residents that they are looking at. So when they view the house, they may point out like most all the bad points. They get angry over it, but they did not have a balanced viewpoint about the good stuff. So sometimes you may take the other partner to balance their viewpoints and point out, hey, there's it's a comfortable area. It may be far from the place that we work, but this is a comfortable place. The security is good and all that. So it takes things to balance the viewpoints from one of the partners in Power Free. If that is resolved properly, prompt and proper, I can see that the partnership, like the couples who move in to the new residence, to have a great start, where it's a great start in the new residence, or like a great foundation in the new residence that they live in. Some of the people in Power Free may have bought a house that is not even built yet. There's only having the pillars being set up from the construction company, as you can see from this card. And after that, they may not see things very clearly, whether they are satisfied with their choices or whether they are regretful of shifting the new residence. Overall, I see after they celebrate for a while, they may see things unclearly, like they are limited in their ability to see things clearly. So they may have to reflect and list out the good and the bad and take it as it may, take it with a resilient mentality. Yes. Overall, I can see that it's a completion in its own way. It's a great success in its own way. But the likelihood of people seeing things clearly after a while of confusion, chaos, and haziness, the success rate of people seeing things clearly after that phase of unclarity, like lack of clarity or chaos or haziness, would be quite high. So after a while, with enough reflection or with enough soul searching, things will look out clearly, and you would become clearer on your viewpoint about the new place to shift into. And overall, it will be a success where things are balanced out, the elements are balanced out. Yep. Overall, this power is a good power, but it may take some ups and downs and disappointments or things not being seen clearly. Yes. So, in conclusion, what I would recommend is that while you partner up with the agents or the landlords or the person you're buying the property from or renting from, to know that this power is good for them to know that they are equal to the other person. So stay humble and be sincere with your partnership, because that would allow you to resolve your lack of clarity and your anger issues if you are disappointed with the property that you're going to purchase. Because having a humble mentality allows you to keep your thoughts grounded and allow you to think more clearly. In overall, this phase of lack of clarity, remorse, crying over spilled milk, it's somewhat of a blessing from upstairs, so that you grow more mature and you become clearer about what sort of property you want to shift into, which in turn it's a success in itself because there is growth for this power. If it doesn't resonate, throw it away, smile, move to the next reading video or whatever. We've come to the end of the 3 powers. If you are satisfied with this reading, you may follow me on Cav Tarot on Instagram. I may not update regularly because I have other jobs and other commitments, but who knows? Thank you.